lucky who we heard a very powerful story about, not going through, being able to celebrate and win and go through life through amazing journeys, but also being able to feel secure even when in times of desperation is the best word. So I just want to say, on behalf of WSB, to Raquel and Rob and the entire family, that I'm sure that everybody watching right now sends our hearts out to you, and probably that you are one of the strongest people that we've ever met, because I know that in planning this event together, we had multiple conversations while you were in the hospital, and and we were ready, if you weren't feeling well, but you never even had a doubt to be able to share your story. And I know that wasn't easy for you, but I think many people can take away from your message about being able to take control of your own future, and therefore being able to feel certain even though in times that are very uncertain. And with that, I want to be able to introduce to you, as you saw Raquel mention, as well as some of our WSB leadership, our head coach, and you might have saw in the picture that Raquel showed in her last slide, he's actually also my dad. And I want to share with you about my family story when I bring up my father, I just want to let you all know, we started our financial literacy campaign, even though we've been in doing this business for many years, which I'm about to share with you our journey. But we came about with the financial literacy campaign just in 2016. And originally in 2016, we set our first goal, which is 1 million people by 2020. And so even though we have the rest of the year to do that, to finish it by December 31st, I'm very happy to announce to you that as of today, we already have educated 950,000 families out there. And so we're very confident. We know for a fact that based on our projections and the average that we're doing on a monthly basis right now, we will finish that 1 million just within a matter of months. And so today, our head coach and my father will share with you what is our next goal. And we want you to be part of that. Our vision to be able to financially educate families in North America. But before I bring him up, I want to share with you and introduce you about my dad. So my parents, my dad and mom, were born in Vietnam. And they grew up there and unfortunately had to endure the Vietnam War there. And so in 1975, like many other Vietnamese, my parents had to escape and flee. And my father was on this, his picture came up on this PBS documentary about his escape from Vietnam. And luckily, my parents were able to become reunited back when they arrived to the United States. They got married, and then they eventually settled in San Jose, California, which is where we're calling you all from today, and started their life. And as many of you can probably relate to, many people always wanting to come to America to live that quote-unquote American dream. And so my parents did their effort to do that. My parents came here. My mom started off her first job as an accountant, and my dad a social worker, and try to follow the American dream of, having a job and getting a home and starting a family. And so this is a young picture of me and my two older brothers. And, even though my parents were able to make decent income, but they always felt that they just needed a few extra $100 a month so that they could be able to pay off their debt faster or save money for, their future faster. And so luckily somebody introduced my father to this campaign, maybe like some of you. And the reason I'm sharing this story is because sometimes a simple invitation we don't realize can come to something that becomes a decision that changed our lives forever. Right? My dad started with the financial industry on a part-time basis. He stayed a social worker as a full-time job, working 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, but would be a campaigner, go out and educate people about their finances on the evenings and on the weekends. And I'm very proud of my father, even amongst a lot of rejection and a lot of doubts, but he stuck it through. And after 7 years, my dad not only was able to become successful in this business, but it was also because of financial education that he was able to pay off all his bills and debts And so I'm so proud to announce that my family has been a debt-free family in America for the last 27 years and counting. My parents were able to send me and my brothers to private high schools and universities with absolutely no loans whatsoever. And because of being debt-free, my dad was able to start a tradition that every Christmas and every summer and every New Year, we would travel across the world. And so I've spent Christmases in so many different countries, and by the time I was 21, I was able to travel to all seven continents of the world. And so, but my dad has a vision that not only to take care of his own family, but to make sure that he created a system that can help anybody from all walks of life being able to learn how, not only learn financial education, but also learn how to become financially independent by becoming a campaigner, starting your own business, doing entrepreneurship, right, in a simple, fast, clear, and doable way that everybody, no matter you're 18 to 70 years old, whether English is your first language or it isn't, as you've met throughout the whole entire day today, you've seen so many testimonials of our campaigners from all walks of life. And in addition to all of our keynote speakers sharing about the importance of financial education. And my dad not only created a tradition within our family, but he's able to help many other people become successful and also help them create a new tradition as well. In the morning, I shared that my father has been able every single year it started off with just hundreds and now becomes thousands of people to travel all over the world every single year as a tradition for their family as well. Most recently, we were in Israel with 5,000 people, the first time ever for that country ever since it's been established. And although we had to take a pause for this year to respect shelter in place and social distancing, but as soon as we can all start traveling again, it will continue to be our dream that as you build your financial foundation, that you also learn how to live well and travel and see the world. So I'm so proud of my father for being a pioneer of this financial literacy campaign and sticking through for the last 34 years on this journey of building a new industry. So can you please all help me welcome and stay tuned for our final message about what our next goal will be as World System Builder. Please help me welcome WSB head coach and my father, XUAN.